Hello, welcome to my brand new cooking channel, Home Kitchen. My name is Darko Martin and I'm your host. We are based in Skopje, Republic of Macedonia, which is my hometown, my birth town, although I live in London for the last 26 years. At the moment, we are based in Skopje and the program is recorded in my own home kitchen. We do have a special guest today, which is my very good friend and a great chef, Mr. Massimiliano Principe.
Hi.
All the way from London. Gave me the honor to be here for the first time, on the first episode. Thank you very much, Massimo.
My pleasure.
Welcome to Skopje and welcome to
My
Macedonia.
pleasure.
Massimo is Italian. Massimo is from a beautiful town in south of Italy by the sea, Salerno, which I've had the pleasure of visiting last summer. It's an amazing city. And I'm glad to have Massimo here today. Massimo?
Pleasure of mine, mate.
And you will have the pleasure today of me cooking for you. Perhaps not for the first time, but one of the very few times, because most of the time Massimo is the one cooking for me. I wouldn't call him a better chef than me, but then again, that's what he does for a living. I do many other different things, apart from cooking.
Looking forward to it.
What we're going to do for Massimo today, we will make a nice Italian pasta, although we are based in Macedonia. But Massimo, before we start anything else, and before we start cooking, Macedonian customs, yeah? Shot of schnapps. Rakia. That's how we call it in Macedonia. We call it rakia. It's not grappa, it's not schnapps, it's rakia. And the custom is, I'm going to give you a small one, because the custom is to drink it one go. Perhaps for you as Italian, it might be too much, so therefore, we put a little bit less.
We can handle it.
Yeah, yes, we will continue later on. When the cameras are not recording, we do much more than that, yeah, definitely. And the bottle is there right next to you, so it's all yours. Bello, salute, grazie di venire in Macedonia.
Yeah.
Okay, salute. But before we do the pasta, I have a small surprise for you. I want you to taste something that is actually a very, very typical Macedonian product. And I will actually start with doing some bruschetta, but it's not going to be your typical Italian bruschetta. It's going to be a Macedonian way of making bruschetta, which perhaps, it's not the first time that some Macedonians do here, but, hopefully you like it. What we're going to do, first of all, what we're going to start doing, we're going to start grilling some sliced bread, which is actually ciabatta in this case. So I'm just going to put 3-4 slices under the grill in the oven quickly, just a couple of minutes. And we don't want to over dry the bread, just want to make it slightly crispy. Turn up a bit the oven. And once that is done, I'm going to show Massimo the macedonetta, so-called macedonetta. In the meantime, while that is roasting, I think I'm going to put your pasta to boil straight away, so we don't lose any time. Okay. It's probably a little bit more than enough, but I think my cameraman perhaps wants to have a taste of the pasta too, so perhaps we make the pasta if you don't mind, Max, yeah?
No, don't share food.
Huh?
Massimo, don't share food.
Okay, let me just check this bread. Okay, the bread is still going. The pasta is cooking. We're just going to turn up the oven. Please, guys, don't forget to salt your water before you put the pasta properly. Okay, there we go. Today, we're using salmon for the pasta I'm making for Massimo. It's actually a salmon steak. It could have been a salmon fillet. It could have been a tuna fillet whatsoever, but in this particular case, my very dear friend in the fishmonger, he said the salmon today is very fresh. It was a salmon steak. I picked up the salmon steak. It's not going to make any difference. We all need just the meat from the salmon, basically. So we're going to slightly fry the salmon in our hot frying pan there. But before we do that, we're going to slightly season the salmon. A bit of black pepper. There we go. A bit of salt. Usually, as Massimo would agree, we would slightly marinate the fish, in lemon juice.
For the pasta, it's probably just...
But not in this case, Maxi. We will not put any lemon juice because I'm doing a creamy sauce, so I don't think it will go well, the lemon acid with the cream. Therefore, I'm just going to slightly grill it, yeah? Then we're going to clean up the meat, and then we're going to use that later on for your pasta. Okay. Now that it's all seasoned, salt and pepper, not too much, guys, because, the rest will be seasoned as well. The pan is nice and hot. You can hear it searing already. The pasta will be with salmon, as we said already, penne, with the salmon, with spinach, cream. We're going to have a couple of different cheeses, in this case pecorino, not parmigiano. I find it a little bit too strong in flavor, perhaps overtake the salmon flavor. So therefore, I'm using something that I prefer in dishes like this, which is pecorino in this particular case. You can see that nice piece of cheese here. Then we're using another cheese, which is in this case it's a blue. This one I think is Danish blue cheese, Massimo. The viewers, in their case, they can use any other cheese, perhaps like gorgonzola or blue Stilton. Please, guys, use your imagination, be creative. In the end of the day, it's about cooking with what we have, what we can purchase in the shop. We don't need to complicate cooking. We don't need to be Jamie Olivers. We don't need to be Gordon Ramsays to be in the kitchen and cook nice food for the loved ones, Like in my case, cooking for a very dear friend like Massimo today. It's all about cooking at home, cooking with love and passion. Most important. Don't forget the passion. That's what makes the difference, guys. Yeah, you put love into something that you're doing, it's always going to be special. That's what I'm trying to do. Hopefully it will be good, and I can show my love for my friendship with Massimiliano Principe. We're just going to slightly turn it over. We're not going to overcook the salmon. We don't want to dry the salmon. We want the fish to be nice and juicy. Now, what we're going to use for your pasta, Massimo, I'm just going to put a very small clove of garlic, half of this onion, not too much because the onion will be felt, we don't want pieces of onions, Massimo. I know that Massimo is not a big fan of onions in his pasta. I know that. This is what we're going to do.
Unless you cook it properly.
I will assure you, one thing I can guarantee you is that I will cook it properly, okay? In the end of the day, please do not complain. You're a guest of Macedonia. We do our best to make you happy. And we will cook you a nice dish. Don't you worry about it. In the meantime, let's not forget that slice of bread that we have in the oven. Yeah, so we make Massimo's macedonetta. Take care of the, nice and crispy. I think Massimo will enjoy this. We just turn it over. We want the crispy side at the bottom. There we go. This is what we're going to do now. Starter in no time. Now, before I continue with Massimo's pasta, I'm just going to quickly check the progress of our pasta here. You don't want to overcook it. I think that is just perfect for Massimo. What I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly drain the pasta. We don't overcook it. Because for the sauce and the salmon, we only going to take us a few minutes, guys, So therefore, we're going to do this. We're going to preserve some of the water of the pasta water, which we're going to use later on, and we're going to put it together with the salsa. I think the salmon is ready now. We're going to take it off from the fire and put it on the plate so it cools down. So it's going to be ready for us to clean the beautiful meat. Beautiful meat, really looks fresh. Now, the first thing first, what we're going to do, just a half an onion, not too much of it, nice and fine. Go. We're almost there. That's the first thing we're going to put in the pan, Slightly and slowly fry the onion, almost caramelize it. It's a little bit of olive oil in that pan already, from the salmon and some salmon oils already. We're going to use that salmon fat, which is actually a good fat. Massimo, this is the product I was telling you about. This is so-called ivar. Ivar is made from peppers. It's very famous in Macedonia. We love eating it. We'll eat it for breakfast, for lunch, or for dinner, or after a night out. We will eat some ivar.
Nice.
Bit heavy. Strictly made from peppers, and a lot of oil. Hopefully, you will like our ivar. I will let you know later how we make the ivar. I'm not going to take you through the process of making ivar. However, you will get the idea of what ivar is and how much it means to us, the people of Macedonia. Yes, here we go. A bit of ivar. We toasted that bread nicely. It doesn't have to be hot, guys. It doesn't have to be warm. Although we can, use a different option. Perhaps put the ivar already on the toasted bread and put it back in the oven. But in this case, I think ivar will be just fine without being too hot or cooked in the oven. Okay, we're done with the ivar. What we have here now, we have a Macedonian feta cheese, basically white cheese. It's this particular one. It's a cow cheese. Yeah, it's a cow cheese. It could be mixed, it could be sheep and a cow, it could be just sheep. You know, in this case, you know, we will use just a feta cheese, you know, made from cow. It's very easy and very simple. We're just gonna crumble tiny bit of feta cheese all over these tostadas. There we go. Maxi, are you feeling comfortable there, buddy? You're keeping very quiet.
No, I'm admiring you cooking
It's
actually.
not that I'm that extravagant, you know, that, you know,
No.
I'm taking your attention that much. Therefore, you know, feel free
Absolutely.
to
You look
make a
busy,
comment
so I don't
or
really
whatever.
want to.
I'm busy, but, you know,
Yeah.
I always have time for you or
Make
my
sure
guest,
you get it
whoever's going to
right.
be sitting on the chair, you know,
You
will
need to
be,
make sure you get it right.
you know, here we go. What I'm trying to do here is, I'm trying to make that Italian flag. You know, we all know the Italian flag. We all know the colors. We already have red and white, you know, so I'm just going to chop up a little bit of parsley. Okay. There we go. Oh, there we go. It's becoming tricolore, Maxi. Huh? Viva Italia.
Viva.
Viva. Viva. You know, there we go.
Wow.
Please feel free, use your fingers, use your hands, lick your fingers, hopefully, if you like it. If you don't
It's
like
nice
it,
and crispy.
if you don't like it, don't tell us, please, yeah? Okay? Because after all, you know, we are proud to be in Macedonia. It is my birth country, my birth town, Skopje.
It's nice.
Is it?
Yeah. So good,
I
nice
like it.
spice.
Do you know what is that?
Yeah.
It's peppers. I'll show you now. I'll show you what we make that from, because I do have a couple of peppers here that we used to make ajvar. Look at that beauty,
Wow.
guys. Macedonian
Let's have a look.
pepper.
Yeah.
It's real. I promise you, this is real. It's not plastic, yeah?
Yeah, you
And
sure?
Massimo can't wait to get his hands on it, yeah?
Wow.
Massimo, are you still eating my crunchy pasta there? Perhaps I shouldn't have cooked that pasta.
It's nice.
It's
It
beautiful,
reminds
really
me of
nice.
pepperonata.
We have really good
Cream
vegetables in
pepperonata.
Macedonia. The peppers, the tomatoes, the cucumber, mostly grown organic, you know. You will see, you know, we're going to be using some spinach later on as well for the salmon, you know. And take a look at that, guys. This is all organic, you know. We don't, you know, use any preservatives whatsoever. This is not a spinach grown under the foil. It's being grown, you know, in somebody's garden, you know. Therefore, there we go. It's nice and fresh. Now, let's get on with the sauce. Olio di oliva. Let's do that butter now. Just a half an onion, not too much of it. It's a bit of garlic, not much as I said, just a small clove. Spinach in there. Again on a low fire. We quickly cook the spinach. In the meantime, we get our salmon meat ready, which already, you know, as before, I've got one here already cleaned up. But this is exactly the same salmon steak, guys, that I grilled before. Well, I fried it basically. Don't shred the salmon, you know. Salmon should be nice, big natural piece. And I don't want to have a mashed salmon. Therefore, nice, chunky pieces of salmon. There we go. There's a little bit of fat juice there, which we're going to drain in. Quickly do that. Okay. The spinach doesn't take long, guys. Couple of minutes. The salmon already being cooked. We don't want to overcook it. We don't want to dry it off. Vino bianco. Now what we need is some cooking cream. Just a salt and pepper, very quickly. Okay. Here we go. It is almost there, guys. You know, the creamy spinach, you know, as you can see, a nice color already. You know, the spinach, you know, looks nice and green with the pink salmon, white sauce. Move that away from the fire again. What we have here now, as we said before, with this beautiful pecorino Italian cheese. I'm using it in this particular occasion, not a Parmesan. Parmesan is a little bit too strong for me for this dish. Pecorino is a little bit more mild. You know, in this case, you know, we're going to use pecorino, and I'm going to use some Danish blue cheese. It could be Gorgonzola, could be a Stilton, blue Stilton. Please, guys, use your imagination. At the end of the day, cooking is about what you have in your fridge. You know, my recipe can be slightly changed, can be slightly altered, whatsoever. Please feel free to replace your cheese with other ingredients, just like we said before. It doesn't have to be salmon, doesn't have to be a fillet of salmon. Could be fresh tuna, could be fresh salmon, could be even a tin salmon. You know, please, you know, whatever the budget is, you know, nothing wrong buying a tuna pink salmon, tin of tuna of pink salmon. Ok, va bene. Massimo,
Dimmi.
Allora, adesso lanciamo un po' di formaggio,
Ah,
pecorino,
il mio favorito.
pecorino cheese. There we go. Not too much. Again, this is just a bit of flavor really, and it will give a nice creamy, cheesy white sauce. And that's the idea. Then again, we don't need to grate the blue cheese. I'm probably going to use just one piece of this, because otherwise, it will overpower the whole dish. As we all know, this is a nice, strong, smelly fish. Smelly fish. The fish is smelly, but the cheese is even more smelly. Okay, if you remember now, this is the water that we saved earlier. Okay, now we're going to put the penne. Okay, it's a bit sticky. We don't want a huge portion. Okay, I think our pasta is almost ready. We already cooked the penne before, the sauce was made. Now what we're going to finish it off? We're going to finish it off with some dill. We're just going to roughly, chop up a little bit of dill. You don't need to use a knife, guys. Chop it up quickly in the plate. Bit of dill. Dill is a wonderful, wonderful accomplishment as a herb, as we all know. Well, some of us know in the industry to a lot of fishes, a lot of types of fishes. Not too much. Dill is quite strong. It's a beautiful herb. But that's right at the end. We use the dill right at the end. I'm gonna garnish it with some dill as well. There we go. I think the pasta is ready to go. Put it away. Get Massimo's plate. Are you hungry, Massimo? Are you hungry yet?
Can't wait.
Huh? So
Yes,
Macedonetta
definitely.
didn't do the job. You're
Yes,
still waiting for that
Macedonetta.
Italian pasta. Enjoying the Macedonian dish. However, the
Like
pasta
a good
it is
Italian, eh?
nothing like a good Italian pasta.
2 plates of pasta a day.
He's getting there. He's getting there, Massimo. Let's put I've got a nice napkin for Massimo. Something that I be keeping here for a very long time. You can keep this after you
Oh.
finish the meal. Yeah?
God
You
save
keep
the
that
queen.
one. You keep the God save the queen. Long live the queen. Massimo,
Huh?
put the napkin back, please, so we can serve you some cutlery.
Thank you.
I doubt you're gonna need your pasta, but we're still gonna follow some catering rules and do serve your spoon with the pasta. Now, okay, I think we're done with this beautiful silicone spoon. Did the job. Now we need a better spoon so we can serve this pasta for Massimo. There we go. Nice colors. Perhaps we could have had something red, maybe sun-dried tomato, so we make you a nice tricolore again, another Italian flag, but no, joke on the side, I think this is nice as it is. We don't need tomatoes here, guys. The pasta and the white sauce does the job. The cheese is the spinach. There we go. We're not gonna do too much for Massimo because the makeup lady Irena, she will also want to try some, I think. Therefore we save a plate for her. We're gonna quickly garnish this with a small, pick a nice small bunch of dill. I think just to look nice and pretty. And I think this is the moment.
Let's try it.
The moment of truth, so-called. Massimo, buon appetito, bello. I really hope you enjoy the pasta.
Very nice. Good
Already?
consistency, yes. It's
I think
almost well
perhaps
cooked.
I
Yeah.
will need the spoon.
Very nice.
Massimo, as I can't.
You're going to try some yourself?
Not that I don't trust Massimo's judgment, but I do have to taste it for myself, and see. I'm in top shape. I think.
Brilliant, yeah.
I'm in top shape. What else can I say for the pasta?
Very nice.
Wonderful. Well, we have come to the end of the first episode of Home Kitchen. A big thank you to Chef Massimiliano Principe, who made great effort to come all the way from London to be my guest on my first show. So, grazie Massimo, me l'ha fatto un grande piacere. Rispetto bello, grazie mille.
Thank you.
Thanks to all of you as well for watching my channel. I hope you enjoyed my cooking, and I hope we're going to cook together soon again in my next episode of Home Kitchen. In the meantime, please find time to cook for the ones you love and you care about. It's just another way of expressing our love towards our friends, family, partners, and so on. Put passion, put love in what you're doing, and your food will taste great. I'm Darko Martin. I love you all, and I see you soon. Ciao.